Hi everyone, it is Monday, so it is planner day and it is Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's everyone. I am recording this in advance, it isn't Valentine's Day today, but I still want to wish you all a very happy day, whether you are celebrating with a loved one, whether that be your partner, your children, parents, grandchildren, friends, family, whoever it might be. I do hope you have a lovely day, and if you're not, or actually even if you are, sending love out from me to you on this lovely day. Now I don't actually celebrate Valentine's Day, but I will chat to you while we and explain while we do this. Now, I'm afraid I've got a bit of a shadow here. This is from my tripod. Hang on. Oh, that's better. Just move my lamp. I'm going to be doing a background of distress ink on this heart. Now, I only have this tumble glass colour, which is blue. So it's going to be a blue heart. It'll be a bit different. So what we're going to do is I have this tool here, just a little circle, and I'm going to stamp from the pad. So just take up some ink and stamp all over the heart in blue, just to do a bit of a background. I'm not going to go outside, I'm just going to go around the heart. It probably will overlap a bit. But I'm just going to do that first, and I'm going to chatter. And I'm not going to do all the circles the same amount of ink. It's going to be slightly what's the word, inconsistent in its darkness, and I'm just gonna tap away and see how it looks and just fiddle really. Now yes, Valentine's, I celebrated once with my husband before we got engaged. No, let me think. No, we met in July and we got engaged that December, so no, we wouldn't have had a Valentine's Day until after we were engaged. So it must have been we got married a year after we got engaged on the in the following December. So we must have celebrated the year we were engaged, and we didn't go out though. I cooked a meal and bought some heart-shaped chocolates, and it was rather fun. I always feel like our wedding anniversary is our very special day. It's very personal to us, rather than celebrating on a day with everybody else. You know, we have our special anniversary day, so that's what we do. Now, you can probably see now that this is quite an inconsistent background. Now, with the distressed ink, you can get it even. I have seen people do it. I think it's... is it Zucchini Kitty? Something like that. She uses them a lot as a sort of background before she colours on top. This is what I'm going to be doing too. But she makes them really even, and it looks nice. But I'm just going for a different effect. You can make this even if you want to. If you sort of spread it instead of dotting it, it would be more even. But I don't know. I think it's fun. And with this tumble glass effect that you get from this one, I think it looks nice. I don't know what the others are like really. It's the only one I've got, but it's fun, and I was sent this as a little prezi, and it's fun to play with it every so often. So here we go. I have used it quite recently in another video, and I'm not sure when that one's coming out, so you may have already seen it, or it may be coming soon. And you can put different amounts of pressure on it as well. Now I find if I take up lots and lots of ink and then push down really hard, it will go through the paper. But if you just do a small amount, it's okay. Now I also find these dry quite quickly, which is really useful, because if you do something like gel pens, sometimes they take ages. I've got some glitter pens, and I always dry them overnight. I just dip my finger in the ink pad there, and they still seem to not dry very well. So you know, just be a bit careful. Now I'm going to leave that there. For me, that inconsistent sort of background, I'm quite happy with that. As I say, you might want to do a more solid background. You could use pastels for this. Even you could stamp a pastel with a pad like this if you wanted to make it sort of dotty, or use a circle template or something like that. But that's me done for that, and just trying to rub the ink off my finger. Now I don't know if this is completely dry yet, so when I'm colouring I'm going to lean on this piece of paper just in case. I'm going to press it on actually and see if it's dry. It looks dry, but I'm not going to risk it. And I'm going to just look at the back as well to see if it's come through. And I can't see that coming through at all, which is good. You can see last week's picture. So let's get that centered for you. I'm not going to do the whole thing with you. There's a lot here going on, but we've got leaves and flowers and a butterfly, and all of those are excuse me, they're all the same really. So I'll show you with a few, and then you can go and do your own thing. Now I'm using my Black Widow's pencils because they sharpen to a nice fine point. We've got a lot of detail here, and I'm using the Spider set. There are 3 blues, so that's quite handy because that's what I want. So for I show you the blues and talk you through my sort of decision with colours. So we have got, it's probably hard for you to see. Let's zoom in a bit. Don't need to see the whole of the heart. But, oh. So you can see that this blue at the bottom is quite light. Yeah. This one is more of a mid blue, and this one is really dark. And what I have decided to do is to use this really dark one, which is called Zephyr blue, for the tendrils and the those leaves. So I'll just get my piece of paper to lean on and just demonstrate a little bit. I just see where I am here. So I'm going to do these leaf tendrils, or whatever they might be called, vines, I don't know, in this dark colour. Okay, all the way through, and look, we can outline this leaf with it too, you see, and just follow that, whoops, through and around. So that's going to be the dark, and it will go across all of that and around every leaf. Yeah, that's really straightforward. Now you can see I'm not very good at getting a really even line. I don't know if it's easier to do this in a fine liner pen. I'm not very good with fine liners either at getting it even, so I don't think it's my tool, it's my hand. So I try my best. I'll do better if I'm looking at it more closely. So that's really straightforward. So that's our very dark blue. Then I've got the Starry Night, which is still quite dark. And I'm going to do the insides of the leaves with this. I've got a very creaky chair today. So I'm going to make it dark here at the bottom and lighter as we go up. And hopefully you can see that difference. It's quite simple. It's quite a small shape area to do. And I do the same on all leaves. So even these leaves here, these are tricky because the stem just comes straight into the leaf. But I'm going to stop the stem there and then do the main leaf with this colour. And again fade it. And I don't think it will look odd because the stem can be a different colour. Like that. Okay. And I'm just checking to see what else we've got going on. The bottoms of the flowers I'm going to just do in a solid dark using the darker one. I'll show you. So we have our vine coming along here towards the flower, and we'll just colour over that and then just colour this in. Okay. Now the flowers I'm going to do slightly differently. I'm going to use the Forget-Me-Not, which is the lightest blue. Just making sure you can see what I'm doing. Can you zoom in any more? No. Okay, it's quite small. I can't zoom in more. And I'm going to colour it so that it's darker on the edge and lighter towards the outside. But I'm going to colour right over all the dots and all the lines because I'm going to add a little pen to the to these. Now I've been thinking about what colour to do. I had thought about doing it white to make it really stand out, but because we're going lighter to this edge, it's quite pale, so I don't think a white will stand out. So what I'm going to do is grab one of my blue sparkly gel pens from my Castle set and just do some blue around that edge and those dots. I'll show you how I'm going to choose. I haven't got all my sets here. There we go. I'm going to use a glitter. No, let's use a metallic, not a glitter. Metallic. Here's my metallic pens. I sorted them out and I've labelled them so I know what's where. Make it a little bit easier for me. And basically there are 2 metallic blues, and I'll show you. Oops. There is a sort of darker and a lighter. So what I'm going to do is just scribble them on my piece of paper here. So we've got this one, which might work, and we've got this one, which is a bit darker. It'll probably show up a little bit better. I've also got, I think I've got a Posca metallic blue. No, I haven't. I must have run it out. Never mind. So those are my choices. Or you could use a glitter if you want to. Because I used the glitter on the last picture, I thought I'd just use metallic this time. I don't think that this lighter one is really going to show up. So I'm going to try this darker one. So here it is. I shall demo it for you. Just turn my piece of paper around so I'm not resting my hand in the wet gel pen, because that's not ideal, is it? I'm sure the ink is dried now underneath, but no, around the edge. Sorry, I have to be quiet and concentrate. Now you could take that down to separate each petal, but I think I'm just going to leave it around the edge, and then you will find, I'm just going to put my other pen away that I got out so I don't get muddled up. So that wouldn't be good. And then if I turn it, you can see the shine in the light, which is rather nice. So that's our three colours. So we've got our very darkest on the vines, a slightly lighter one on the leaves, and then the lightest one on the flower. But we still have a butterfly to do. See if we can get him in shot. There we go. I'm trying to think whether to just do him in a... no, I was thinking I could just do him in a pen, in metallic pens. Not sure. His body I'm actually going to do first. I'm going to do it in grey, or black actually, because I think that will stand out. I want him to stand out because he's different to the rest of the page. So I'm just using the black from this black, it's just called Black Widow. Any black would do. Yeah, you know, black is a black, much for muchness if you're using a plain black. There are variations of blacks. Now it's small. I'm going to try to do a darker bit around the edge of it, like that, and then a bit less towards the middle, so it looks like the body is slightly shiny and slightly rounded. But I think it's tricky, but I've tried my hardest. So that's that. Now what should we do? I think we'll do him dark, and then we'll use that lighter metallic pen to do a few highlights. That's my plan. So I shall use the very darkest pencil, which, if you remember, is the Zephyr blue. So you can use any 3 blue pencils for this. You do not have to use these Black Widows. And I'm going to go in quite dark near the body and then fade it down. And here I'm going to go dark in under that wing as well as against the body, and then that one stands out a little bit. Hopefully you can pick that up for you so you can see what's going on. Yeah, I think that's picked that up. And then we're going to use the lighter blue, not the lightest, the Starry Night, I think. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm recording these videos way in advance, and it's only the 28th of January. I've got a bit of sinusitis and it's making me a bit hoarse, but I'm okay. I'm taking my antibiotics and I'm resting up. I'm just staying at home all day today and just having fun doing some relaxing colouring. So it's going to be nice, but I thought I might as well record a video. It's not stressful, so that's good. Now I'm going in with this lighter metallic pen. I am going to really struggle to see because this is so small. I'm going to do the dots on the wings and the very edge. I've had to adjust my seating position so I can see. And I'm still not convinced that I'm staying in the lines. I think that might be okay. Let me just tip that up. You can see the shine. Yeah, I think I almost got there. Almost. So there we go. I'm just going to put that one back away so that, again, I don't want to get confused when I'm doing my flowers and get the wrong one. So that is all I'm going to show you on that page because everything else is the same. So I'm going to go away now, have a lot of fun and just finish colouring it all in, take a photo for you, and then you can have a think and decide if it's one that you want to do. The only thing I would say about my background is I'm not sure that it's quite the best shade for, I just put it down a bit, for these colour pencils. It's, for me, that's a slightly greeny blue. I'm not sure, it doesn't look, but I think it'll work. I mean, until I've done it all, I can't really be 100% sure, but I think it'll work. But maybe if you've got other distress inks or you're using a soft pastel background, you might want to try a few different colours to see what works really well. I'm just thinking it looks slightly greeny, not sure. But anyway, I'm going to go away now, stop wittering on, and have a go and finish this off. It should be great fun. And I do love this one. I think it's Secret Garden this one comes from, and it is lovely. And anyway, wish you a very happy Valentine's Day, whatever you're doing. You're probably all at work, and, but anyway, have a lovely, lovely day. And there'll be a video later with some pretty flowers for you. So thank you so much for watching, and happy colouring.